Hi, my name is Lakesha Thompson. I am in Professor Chatterjee's Finance 301 course at Texas Southern University, Spring 2019. Tonight, I will be conducting a DuPont analysis using various financial sources such as yahoofinance.com to analyze both Johnson & Johnson and Pfizer. In my DuPont analysis, I will be going over the 5 categorical financial ratios, which are liquidity, efficiency, leverage, profitability, and market value. Now, to give you a little background about the companies, Johnson & Johnson is an American multinational medical device company founded in 1886. The headquarters are located in New Brunswick, New Jersey, and the company is estimated to be worth $86.3 billion. Though the company is an American company, it does have 250 subsidiary companies within other countries. You may be familiar with Johnson & Johnson through their popular brands such as Band-Aid, Tylenol, Johnson's Baby products, and Neutrogena skincare. Pfizer, its competitor in this DuPont analysis, is also an American multinational corporation. It's headquartered in New York City and was founded in 1846. We may be familiar with Pfizer for some of their pharmaceuticals such as Lyrica, Diflucan, Zithromax, and Viagra. During my DuPont analysis, I found that Johnson & Johnson was more liquid than that of Pfizer. Johnson & Johnson, and what liquidity means is just the company's ability to pay their bills on time. So after I reviewed the cash ratio, I found that Johnson & Johnson has 19 cents in cash assets for every $1, while Pfizer has 1 cent for every $1, and that was assessed in the year 2018. Although the numbers are semi-close, it still appears that Johnson & Johnson would be more liquid than Pfizer, and they would satisfy their debts a lot easier and quicker than Pfizer. Then we moved into the efficiency ratio, which is used to analyze how well the company uses its assets and liabilities internally. Now, the average ACP, average collection period, measures how long it takes for companies to collect on receivables. In this area, I found that Pfizer typically collected on their debt a lot sooner than Johnson & Johnson. Pfizer had an average 24-day collection period, while Johnson & Johnson's average was 40 days. So it's safer to say that Pfizer collects their money faster than Johnson & Johnson, and they're more efficient at collecting their debts. As I move over into the inventory ratio, it shows that Johnson & Johnson moves their inventory much faster than a Pfizer. Compared to Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson is moving their inventory at almost the double rate of Pfizer. In 2018, Pfizer had a 1.48 inventory ratio, while Johnson & Johnson had a 3.13. And over the course of the 4 years that these companies were analyzed, Johnson & Johnson continuously moved their inventory turnover at a significantly higher rate than Pfizer, almost doubling every year since 2015. Now, Johnson & Johnson's production cycles were not consistent over the 4-year period. During 2018, the cycle did increase, and it's good. However, it was never consistent over the 4 years. Now, to get the total asset turnover, which measures how efficiently the firm is using its assets and generating sales, Johnson & Johnson is generating more cents on sales than Pfizer. In 2018, Johnson & Johnson generated 53 cents for every dollar that was invested in assets, while Pfizer was at 34 cents for every dollar that was invested. Over the years, Johnson & Johnson steadily had an advantage over Pfizer in total asset turnover. And that would be good if there's investors looking to invest in these firms. Investors would like to know that there's going to be a lot of turnover to generate this income for every dollar that they spent. Now, when we talk about leverage ratios, it indicates the percentage of the firm's assets that are financed by short and long-term funds. The lower the ratio, the better for the firm. Short-term and long-term firms are just borrowed money. So borrowing too much capital, short-term or long-term, could cause a corporation and or firm to go into bankruptcy. Over the 4 years that I analyzed these two companies, I noticed that Johnson & Johnson ratios are slightly lower than Pfizer. In 2018, Johnson & Johnson financed 19.3% of their assets by borrowed funds, while Pfizer financed 23.4% of its assets by borrowed funds. Though both companies appear to be doing well in the amount of funds that they borrow, not increasing more than 25%, Johnson & Johnson still was more leveraged in the amount of borrowing that they've done in this company as it relates to the short-term and long-term debt. That brings me to the time interest ratio, which indicates the amount of operating income available to service interest payments. Because, let's get it clear, when you borrow money, there will be interest paid on it. Oftentimes, firms are required to repay part of the principal annually. That's just some of the money that is that's calculated into the amount that you will pay on the borrowed money. So interest is not paid with income, but with cash. So a lot of these companies have to pay that money back with cash. Johnson & Johnson's operating income is 2.73 times the annual interest expense and lower than Pfizer's 3.95 due to their operating cost. Thus, the times interest earned is only a crude measure of the firm's ability to service its debt. Most investors will take that into consideration when they're looking for firms to invest in. Now, profitability. Are these companies really profitable, and are they growing? Are they flourishing in these markets? Well, the profitability rate will evaluate the overall financial condition of the firm. Profitability ratios compare income statements and the ability for the firm to generate funds from its operations. The gross profit margin measures how effective the firm is measuring its cost of goods sold that determine the gross profit. The higher the gross profit, the better for the firm. We all want to hit the bottom line, gross profit. So the gross profit margin for Johnson & Johnson over the past 4 years that I analyzed were 0.67, 0.67, 0.70, and 0.69. And that was from 2018 moving backwards 4 years. Pfizer gross profit margin were 0.79, 0.80, 0.77, 0.81. Again, here we see Johnson & Johnson is better than Pfizer in managing their cost of goods sold. That brings me over to the operating profit margin, which measures how effective a company is managing its cost of goods and operating expenses. Over the years analyzed, both companies had slightly reasonable ratios. In 2018, Johnson & Johnson's OPM, operation profit margin was 2.6, while Pfizer's OPM was 2.9. Though significantly really close to to one another in the past year, 2018, it does suggest that in 2018, Pfizer managed the cost of their goods sold and operating expenses better than Johnson & Johnson. Now, the operating return on assets indicate the level of operating. Operating return on assets indicates the level of operating relative to a firm's total assets. So the operating return on assets, or the ORA, is calculated by operating profits divided by total assets. Pfizer had an increase from 0.8 to 0.9 in the year 2018 during the time that I analyzed this company. Johnson & Johnson were generating 14 cents for every dollar of operating profit, which is considerably higher than Pfizer's 0.9 cents for every dollar. Now, when we get into the market value ratios, there are 4 ratios examined here. That's the price and earnings, dividend payments, market value to book value, and dividend yield. Potential investors and analysts often use these ratios as part of their valuation analysis. Typically, if a firm has a high price to earning and a high market to book value ratio, it's an indication that the investors have a good perception about the company's performance. However, if the numbers are too high, it may indicate otherwise. During the time analyzed from 2015 to 2018, both companies experienced steady increase in dividends that were paid to stockholders. That would show that that's a great movement and growth for a company. One thing that a company does look at to analyze their growth has to do with their ability to pay stockholders. So, being that both companies did very well in their dividend repayment, it signifies, or it would suggest, that the companies are moving in a positive direction and that they are growing. In conclusion, I found that Johnson & Johnson is more liquid than Pfizer based on their net profit gains. Both companies are growing at the same rate. However, investors are more likely to invest in Johnson & Johnson at a higher rate because of their ability to pay back, their inventory turnover rate, and their dividend repayment. Their ability to pay their debts back, their inventory turnover, and their dividend repayment. Johnson & Johnson has been operating their firm efficiently. Now, I can say that though Johnson & Johnson has been more efficient in operating their firm, Pfizer did do a really great job on collecting their revenue by getting their money back in a more timely manner, usually on average within 30 days. Johnson & Johnson did not, and that may be one of Johnson & Johnson's weakest problems within their firm. They're unable to collect on their credit sales in a timely manner. They average roughly 40 days for collections, which is typically very high. But they also operate at a larger sale volume, and they operate on a larger scale. So could it be something that they can work on? Absolutely. Could the fact that they operate and their credit sales are at a higher capital, that could also have a huge part in it. As I conclude this DuPont analysis, both companies are doing very well. They are both moving into the direction of growth. And at this point, I do believe, as I've analyzed over the 4 years, that Johnson & Johnson has been operating its firm more efficiently, and investors are likely to invest in Johnson & Johnson. Thank you for listening and watching.